Was this a dirty play?
No, I don't think it was a dirty play. I think the mechanics of the whole play threw off Richard Sherman's timing in terms of laying out and blocking the kick, and subsequently he ran into Dan Carpenter's leg. It looked worse than I think it actually was in terms of the intent behind Richard Sherman's play and his actions. But certainly I don't think there was any malice involved. I think it was a situation where, as a player, you expect the referee to call the play dead because he got such a good jump. But the referee didn't. The play continued. And as a defender, you're taught to play to the end of the whistle. And so I think that's what Richard Sherman did. Certainly I think it's a play that should have warranted an unnecessary roughness call. But as such, it was only a 5-yard penalty, 4 offsides, and that's the play.
Yeah, and Dean Blandino, the VP of officiating, agrees with you. He said it should have been an unnecessary roughness call. Dan Carpenter should have been able to stay in the game, but yet this frantic sequence of events ends up happening where ultimately the Buffalo Bills do not end up getting the 3 points from the field goal. How do you think the league should address what happened on Monday night?
I don't think there's anything that they can do outside of assessing a fine of some sort to Richard Sherman. But outside of that, I don't think there's anything that you can do right now. I think this brings a spotlight to the issue of officiating and making sure that you get the calls right. I'm not sure if that means adding an additional official or expanding replay to include penalties or certain penalties. But, the onus is on the National Football League to make sure that they get these calls right.
Adam Schefter had an interesting tweet where he said if this rule stands, teams should rough kickers before the end of each half or game-winning field goal. Do you think we're going to see more players try to take advantage of a rule or perhaps a referee's swallowing the whistle?
No, I don't think guys are going to do that because ultimately we're out there competing, but we don't want to hurt anybody. I think everybody recognizes that this is our livelihoods, and they don't want to jeopardize anybody else's opportunity to be a professional at this level. So I don't think you'll see this as a strategy by teams or by players.